got a couple segues. So Steve and Patty, of course, thank you for hosting our next Inbound Thomas. And Andreas and Jen just stepped up to be our second family. Thank you very much. Which means that I have to apologize. We have no opportunities to host next year because we do have all three families lined up now. So thank you. That is a first, maybe even in the district, to have all three identified and committed before somebody comes. So I know our inbound student will feel the love coming in here. So thank you. Personally, there's another segue. Congratulations on your awards. Advanced Security was also just recognized as continuing to grow. Last year we were 98th, and this year we're 78th, and that doesn't sound too big, but that's in the nation as security and alarm companies go. So we're very proud of that, and hope I had a little piece in that, but that was good. And then for fun, a couple of years ago, Elizabeth and I decided we've seen all the walking trails in Humboldt, so we decided to take up the water trails, and we got some kayaks. And earlier this year, we bought another kayak because we've decided the friends need to go enjoy that too. So if anybody's been interested in kayaking and doesn't have the gear or just wants to check it out safely, we'd be happy to put you on a list to take you out. So we can accommodate 2 adults, or 2 adults and a kid, or 3 kids on the spare. So open invitation, please.
Cool. Thank you.
You know what? Put me on the spot, Brandon. You've got that look like you're looking at me, I'm pointing at you, and you're just doing that.
I was thinking what I was going to say here. So,
I think most people might know.
You
But
probably
there
already
could
know.
be a couple in here who don't.
That's true. So most of my time is just spent with my child, my son. He's 9 weeks old, almost 10. He sleeps like every other day. Last night wasn't one of them, so I'm a little tired.
Has he passed the bar yet?
No.
Just checking.
We're getting him ready, you know.
He did his first Rotary event, though.
We did, yep. We got Paul Harris already. He's like way ahead of me. So. We do tummy time like a minute, you know, for like a minute to get him like ready to start crawling. And he's like pretty close. It's kind of cool. He like gets his legs under him. He just doesn't have enough shoulder strength to push himself up. So that's most of my time. I know we're. That's what they say to do now. I don't know. Last year for my birthday, I went to Vegas and we saw Blink-182, so that was pretty cool. He was still in the womb, so that was like his first concert. But and then for our anniversary, we're gonna go to Mexico next month, so that's pretty cool. And then yeah, most of my time is just my kid. It's kind of cool. So I don't really have anything else.
That's plenty.
It's plenty. I think that's plenty.
I don't think you're required to have anything else.
Okay, good.
I mean, you're here.
I'm here.
I want to segue on to what Ian said, and this. I'm not. But I'm not.
Not that segue.
No, not that segue. I have Maldemar.
Wait, you have a segue too?
No, I don't have that either.
Keep it up, Jessica. I like
So, do you want to stand there now? So, this Rotary year, we hosted a youth exchange student for 2 weekends. We were kind of like the emergency fallback, so we got vetted and everything, and it was really fun, and it's just enough, and we would love to do more, but we have a 1-bathroom house, so we're not having a teenager with us. But anyway, I really recommend, being that backup for the weekend, because it was really fun to get to know friends from Italy. The other thing is, Saturday we went to a double graduation party, or Sunday, our neighbors, one graduated from Wellesley with honors, and the other, my cat sitter, Jack, who's my second favorite man in the whole world, well, maybe third if you, fourth. Anyway, he's one of my favorite people.
She's on her segue.
3 or 4 buddies.
He cat sits, and he was romanced by all these colleges. And his mother and I were voting for Humboldt State, and so he is staying and going to Humboldt State. So we gave him an extra big present because he's going to be there. And then the next day, Monday, my husband had a significant birthday that had a 7 in it. And
27?
yes, I married young. And he hates being celebrated. He didn't want a party. And I seldom argue with him about those kinds of things because it's just no good. But this time I really put my foot down. And so there were 5 of us who went to Fragoso's for dinner on Monday night. We had excellent food. My friend Val brought a chocolate silk pie. And so he said maybe in 5 years he'll let me give him a party. So I'll keep you posted.
In 5 years, you'll have a party, but next week, is he joining our club? Is he going to actually transition?
I work on it all the time. And every year he says, well, next year maybe after so-and-so and my club's done being president. And now he can't leave because Ken Singletree is going to be president. It's
Tell him my feelings are hurt.
It's a saga. Yeah.
He won't care, but I would appreciate
I'll
that
tell
at
him.
least.
More convenient coming here.
So the 2 German speakers here, and there could be more, but I'm surprised neither one of you has jumped up because there's got to be
Jet
something.
lag. They're jet lagged.
No jet
Come on, no jet lag excuses allowed. Howard is here. But not an excuse. There we go.
I just got back from 3 weeks in Germany to visit family and friends, and while I was there, I met up with Maggie and we went to the international conference in Hamburg, and it was a blast. That was my first international conference, and it was really great, and I'm looking at calendars and planning, hopefully, to go to the one in Honolulu next year. But anyway, Maggie and I are going to caucus a little later this week and bring our ideas back to you later.
I'm not planning for a marathon, but I did do a really hard 3-kilometer walk. That they put on and got a t-shirt. And it was fun. I was there for a week, and then before that I went to Portugal and spent, Lisbon and Porto, great cities, lots of hills, fun place. They have these little pastries called egg tarts or whatever they are. They had to find a way to use up all the egg yolks because they used the egg whites for some weird thing like tanning the monks used it hundreds of years ago. So I figured I'm walking 10 miles a day. I can eat a couple tarts, right?
One per mile.
Or more,
I think.
More. But so I consistently two a day, and I gained weight. So it really doesn't matter how many miles you walk. If you're eating those things, you're going to gain weight. But it was fun. It was great. It was hot over there. We had kind of like what just happened here. We had some days that were really hot in Hamburg, and they, of course, didn't know what to do with themselves. But it was fun. It was great. We have some good stuff to tell you about. I do want to say Rotary, just keep that in mind. International is really realizing and pulling out all the stops for Rotary, and really wants to support them. They want to see clubs do that, and I think that's really important for us. And we'll talk more about some of the things they have going for that. But it's pretty exciting. I wasn't going to go to Honolulu because it's hot in June, but then I found out of some people who are going, so it's going to be hot and fun. So I think Honolulu is definitely worth going to. It's so close, it's so close. You don't have to go to Egypt. You don't have to go to Hamburg. It's right around the corner, so it'll be fun.
And Ian has kayaks, so.
And Ian has kayaks. We'll show up with a bunch of kayaks.
If we leave now.
Yeah, I don't know if we all can fit, but we can try.
It's tough getting out of the jetty if you're going on the
Especially on the jetty.
Staying on the airplane. Paddle.
I saw you shift.
Yeah, I'll get up.
That was good. That was a good double point. Did you like
Oh,
that? I'm like,
did you want-
no.
did you want to
Did you see what I did? Did you
Okay,
see
I
what I
can
did
see
there?
what
No,
I
I
did.
said, did I see you shift? Because you both shifted. One of
Yeah.
you jumped.
Perfect. Let's see. So after surviving tax season, my husband and I always like to plan a little getaway, and so we were gone for a couple of weeks in May, and we had the intent to be gone for 14 days, and we planned that we would camp 2 or 3 days, and then get a hotel and camp 2 or 3 days, and we were planning to tour the Southwest because we talked about going to Montana, and I was like, it's May, it could snow in Montana in May. Well, we went to the Southwest, and there was snow even in the Southwest. And in our 14 days, we camped 2 nights because it was cold and it rained, and I don't like to pack up my tent when it's wet. So I'm kind of a fair weather camper, I guess, but we had a great time. We saw a bunch of national parks. We did Death Valley, we did Bryce, Zion, we went to Monument Valley. Literally, there was snow over on this monument and rain on that monument, so turned the monument completely white. Saw the place where Forrest Gump stopped his run and turned around and went back. And then we went to it's Monument Valley. It's at the edge of Monument Valley. Anyway, and then we went up to Moab. We went to Arches and Canyonlands. And then when we came back across Nevada, we drove Highway 50, and which is the loneliest highway. But there were a few people there, especially when we got to a place called Salt Mountain, or Sand Mountain. All of our president's supporters were there with their sand dunes, camping for the Memorial Day weekend, and driving up the mountain and back down. And up the mountain and back down is this shifting mountain of sand that people just camp at the base and drive up and down the mountain. It was a fascinating experience of these are not my people, but this is a really interesting place to be. So that was kind of fun. And then we went to, Great Basin, which is in Nevada. And then when we came back into California, we went to Lassen, and then we came home. So it was a wonderful trip. Saw a bunch of area that I've never seen in the country, and put 2,500 miles on the car. So that was good too.
And you saved a lot of time by not camping, by setting up and breaking down. You saved a lot of time.
Yes.
You could see more monuments.
We got to see
I
more.
think
We got
that
to
was
do
smart.
more hikes. We got to but it was wet and cold sometimes though too. So anyway, but it was fun.
Nice.
Nice.